to Sunday Night Satsang with John and Michelle.
Howdy.
Yes, we catch up every 2 weeks with these satsangs on Facebook at the moment, and everyone's invited to join. Satsang is not part of any religion, it just means gathering of wisdom. So we always try and share a little bit of wisdom and helpful tips in navigating life. That's really what these satsangs are about. We start the satsang by centering ourselves into the present moment with a short meditation, and then Michelle normally gives a bit of an astro update, which you will do. See what energies are flowing through us in the moment, and then we will share some of our own life experience with you. And tonight the topic is
Practice. Problems as practice.
Problems as practice. Problems as practice. So we're going to be sharing some insights on that. And then we end with a lovely, beautiful one of Michelle's visualizations, meditations. And then we give you an affirmation card which we draw for the week ahead. And that is quite a powerful mind tool for shifting the problems that we have in our mind. And talking of problems, I sent out a emailer, my newsletter, and it was on the Ho'oponopono prayer, which is a very powerful way of shifting problems. So if you're not on our mailing list and you'd like to be, then just if you can just send us your email address and we'll add you. The Ho'oponopono prayer is such a simple tool, but it really does create miracles in people's lives. So that's another tool that you could be using. So let's start this evening by gently bringing ourselves into the present moment, and we do that by focusing on a few tools, and one of the tools is the breath. How's our internet looking a bit?
If for any reason we disappear, I've been having problems with it today, so the internet, so just stay on the page, we'll be back. I think that's the best thing we can do.
Yeah.
We seem to have, I don't know,
low internet at the moment. Yeah.
We've got two different modems, but they're two different service providers, but they seem to both be doing the same thing.
Yeah. All right, let's start this evening by bringing ourselves into the most sacred place in all of creation, which is the present moment. I know that some people have special places, physical places, on this planet, like maybe temples or mosques or shuls or churches. But in fact, the most powerful place to connect with the sacredness of life is always in the present moment. So we gently maybe close our eyes and we withdraw our mind from the world of doing, the world of form, and bring our attention inwards into the formless essence of being. And one of the powerful tools that we use to, in fact, bring us into the present moment is that of the breath. Because the breath is something that life is giving us in the here and now. So let's just take a moment or two to focus on the breathing, on our breath. And this is a portal into presence that we can use over and over again during our busy days. Even if you wake up early hours of the morning and you can't sleep, the breath is such a powerful way of clearing the mind and helping you go into a beautiful, peaceful sleep. So gently, with your eyes closed, take a very deep breath in, consciously drawing the air right the way down into your belly button, blowing your tummy up like a big ball, maybe even visualizing the air going right down to your toes. And then release it. And as you release it, you bring your belly button back in against you, squeezing the air from the lower diaphragm, releasing the breath back into the world around you. Take a second, very deep breath in again, drawing the air deep into the lungs, visualizing it filling your whole body. And then breathe out with a soft sigh if you like. It's nice to sigh. Take a third, very deep breath in. Draw it in to the count of 4. And as you breathe out to the count of 6. Nice long breath out. Now let's hand over the breath to the consciousness, the intelligence that inhabits our body, called life. Let's hand the breath back to that intelligence that beats our heart, digests our food, takes care of all the metabolic processes in the body, including repairing cells. This intelligence enables us to hear and walk and talk and touch, enables us to navigate this human experience with very little doing on our part as far as the myriad of functions taking place in the body every moment. Even the out-breath is an act of trusting in this intelligence called life to breathe us again with the in-breath. So let's just completely lean back in our chairs and surrender into the arms of life in this moment. And you can use every out-breath as a deepening of your surrender, as a deepening of your trust in life to meet all your needs. Because not only does it breathe us and digest our food and oxygenate every single cell in our body, but this intelligence radiates out into the world. And if we align ourselves from a place of peace, from a place of presence with life, we find we open ourselves up to the dimension of the miraculous. And our journey becomes so much easier when we do this. In this moment, though, we just focused on the here and now, in this moment. We're taking a holiday out from time, out from the mind, and just settling our attention and our awareness deeply into this present moment, here and now, into presence itself, into aligning with life in this moment. We become aware of the physical body and any aches or pains or discomfort in the physical body. We acknowledge them with our attention and awareness, but we don't have any resistance towards them. We just allow what is to be in this moment. But we are aware of the physical body. Let's become aware of the physical mind, the thinking mind. Let's become aware of any thoughts that are floating through your awareness in this moment. Don't get attached to them, don't resist them, don't try and push them away, don't hold on to them either. Just allow any thoughts and any accompanying emotions just to move through and dissipate from your awareness, like clouds moving through a clear sky on a summer's afternoon, just drifting by, having no identity attached to any thought, any memory, or any anticipation. You're just here in this moment, being aware of the breath and being aware of the physical body. Being aware of the physical body sitting on the chair that you're sitting on. Maybe it's the bed or the floor. Just being aware of what it is that's supporting your body in this moment and feeling the sensation of that where it meets your body. Take another very deep breath in to the count of 4. And breathe out to the count of 8, and as you breathe out with a very long out breath, you sink down deeper into the chair or couch or bed. Just surrendering completely to the isness of life in this moment. And gradually bring your awareness into your center. Just become aware of the opening in your heart. the opening to presence, and feel it as a direct perception. You might feel it as a opening to peace in this moment. As we clear our minds, our true essence bubbles up to the surface. And that is a stillness and a quietness within. And we can call that peace. Irrespective of the world around us, by withdrawing our mind from time and coming into the present moment with our full attention on the physical body, we open that portal into peace. And as we do that, we become an instrument of peace in the world. Because the body is not only a receiver of information, it's also a radiator, a transmitter. And if we have thoughts and emotions of agitation, of fear or anger or regret or resentment, that radiates out from us into the world, feeding those levels of consciousness. But as we take a moment, like we do in the beginning of this satsang, to center ourselves into the physical body, into the present moment, we become an instrument of peace. We radiate a higher vibration of healing into the world. And what the world needs now is not more agitation, but more peace. Just become aware of this peace in this moment. You might feel it as a physical sensation in your body, your arms and your legs. You might feel it as a relaxation in your face, in your forehead, in your neck, in your shoulders. Just surrender to the isness of just this moment here and now. Allow this moment to be exactly as it is. This is a sacred moment. This is a blessed moment. So let's just say a quiet thank you in our hearts for being together in this moment. In a field of presence. They say thank you is the most powerful prayer we can ever say. Just thank you. Take a deep breath in, right down to the toes and right up to the top of the head. And make a very long, long out breath with a big sigh. And gently, when you're ready, softly open your eyes. And see how you feel in this moment. See how you feel. You might like to type up in the comment section how you feel right now. Love to hear from you. We love to know who we're talking to on a Sunday. So if you can type it up, we see we've got Evie with us and Tessa with us and Claire. Who else? We have Sonia, Kevin,
Ali, Diane, Paula, Hartmut and Mariki.
That's lovely. That's super.
Welcome, everyone.
Welcome, everyone.
If you haven't let us know that you're here, please do, so we know who we have on the call.
Yeah. Just connect with us here, and we love getting the hearts as well.
And how have you been feeling? How have you been feeling into the current energies? I'm interested to find out also.
So what's been happening with the stars?
I haven't really been paying a huge amount of attention to them, but we have a new moon coming up on Thursday. So the energies are, this is a time to release, and I think a lot is coming up for a lot of people right now. This is new energies and old energies, and what is leaving, is going to be replaced by something new. But I think a lot of people are feeling that. They're releasing a lot, they're clearing a lot is coming up, maybe perceived as problems and challenges. I think a lot of people are feeling that.
Yeah, hence the topic for tonight.
Yeah, so nothing particular. I'll wait till the new moon.
Okay, well, you're going to do a new moon update in a few days' time.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, generally, this is a time of awakening, and the word apocalypse, as I wrote in my newsletter, means for the veil to come down, for that which is hidden to be revealed. And boy, on the international stage, we're seeing a lot of that going on. It can be taken very seriously, but I would suggest we take it all as a play, as a comedy. Actually, it makes it a lot easier to deal with all the stuff going on in the world, politics, etc., etc. And if we treat it as a thriller or a horror movie, we get caught up in that vibration, and we feed the world of fear. But if we treat it as with a little bit of distance from it, and we treat it as maybe a comedy, so we become lighter about it, we become an open channel for peace and joy to travel through us. And I believe that raises the whole field, the whole ocean of consciousness rises, and we become an instrument, as I said in the meditation, for peace.
It's a bit like that with problems, isn't it?
So let's talk a bit about problems.
What are problems?
Anyone experiencing any problems in their life, any challenges at the moment? As we go through this transformation, as we go through this awakening, as we go through this apocalypse, there will be, I predict, a lot of challenges in the world out there. And most of those challenges might be perceived as problems. Problems are obviously something that the mind thinks it ought to solve, or manipulate external circumstances to make it easier for us to feel what we want to feel. Am I right?
Yeah, it's a perception, isn't it? A problem that there's something wrong, that it should not be like this.
Something to be fixed.
Whatever it is, it's a financial issue. It's we've got Mercury retrograde, so some people are having issues with vehicles and communication and modems and technology. So that's happening for quite a few people. So whatever the problem is, it's a perception that something's happening in the outer world that shouldn't be happening in the outer world, and that has to either be fixed or sorted out or dealt with in some way because it's wrong. That's the way I see a problem. It might not be wrong, it might not be a problem, but it's perceived as a problem.
Yeah, so using problems as a vehicle for our own awakening, I think is probably the best advice we can be given at the moment. Instead of, saying, why me, Lord, when I get these problems, say, why not me, Lord, when I get these problems, and thank you for these challenges. And using those to take a different perspective, a higher perspective on you and your life. I remember a couple of years ago seeing a little podcast by the dear old Sadhguru, and he was saying, what happens in the world around him is not necessarily his responsibility, but what happens in his internal world is 100% his responsibility. And I thought that's a very good observation. So challenges may be in the world around us. We may have situations and circumstances that we don't like, that we think that we need to sort out, or someone needs to sort it out anyway. But the internal world that we have, that's 100% our responsibility. 100% responsibility. Now, if we have something going on inside us that's making us unhappy, and it could be laced with fear, it could be laced with anger even, or resentment, we have the power to change this internal reaction. And we can use problems on the outside to become more conscious and to choose more wisely on what's happening on the inside. We can use problems as an alarm clock to wake up in that moment.
Yeah, I think so. I think that when a problem comes in, what is a problem? I mean, if you just break down what is a problem, actually.
I don't have any, so I don't know.
So, a problem could be a financial problem. You could perceive yourself as being in financial difficulties. That might be actually true. You might be battling to afford to pay for something, or you might be not earning enough money, or you might have relationship problems, or many, many different myriads of problems, never mind the outside world that John referred to and the global situation that we find ourselves watching. But what makes it a problem? It's that sort of same story with, if let's just say it's raining outside, and we say it's raining outside, that's a fact, and then after it's raining outside, there will often come a story why it should not be raining outside. It's a very easy example. Why it shouldn't be raining, because I've got something to do and it's not supposed to be raining. It shouldn't be raining. This is not right that it's raining. It's a very easy example, as opposed to it's raining outside. And if we're able to actually say this is the situation and accept the situation in this moment, very often, if we bring ourselves back into presence, either there'll be an easing of the suffering associated with that situation, the way we think it should be and that it isn't that way, or there won't, and we have to come back into presence again. Because as we start to actually accept, something else often arises out of that space that actually dissolves that perceived problem.
To help with this situation of problems in our lives, and perhaps they are increasing at the moment with the instability in the world out there, the instability in the economic world, for example, is creating a lot of challenges for many people right now. So there's two ways of living your life, according to Albert Einstein. One is if everything's just random, and the other way, he said, is if there is a divine purpose in everything. He said there's two ways to live your life. One is if nothing's a miracle, and the other one is if everything's a miracle. And what is a miracle but some sort of transcendent intelligence that's bringing forth and orchestrating situations around us, not for our punishment, but for our highest good. And Albert Einstein said, I choose to live my life with a perception of the miraculous. So when we have a problem or a challenge, here's a powerful tool. When we have a problem or challenge showing up in our life, let's look at it not as something that we are being punished for, but in fact it's actually an opportunity to work with the transcendent level of consciousness. And the first step in that is to see it not as wrong but as right. To see everything happening around you not as something that is diabolical, but something that's actually been placed in your awareness for your highest good, for your highest awakening. So you start to see them all as an opportunity rather than something that's very negative. You start to see it positive in everything that happens to you. This is something positive. And there is a higher intelligence that's leading this, that's orchestrating this behind me. So I've said before, there's two things that we need to have as we move through this time of the apocalypse, this time of transmutation of the old into the new. And one is trust, and the other one is faith. And you might say, well, faith in what? Faith in my religion, my government? No. Faith in life. There's this intelligence, as I said in the opening meditation, that beats your heart and breathes you. Having trust in faith and faith in that's going to lead you through every situation for the best possible outcome for you and all those around you, for the highest soul outcome. Yeah, it might not be the best thing for your ego, definitely not at times. It may even not be the best for your physical comfort, but it is in fact the best for your soul's evolution, for your higher consciousness. And that one little way of looking at life can ease the suffering, ease the pain, and open you up to the awareness to see solutions in each and every situation, not from a way of trying to manipulate circumstances from a personality point of view, but from an opening up to that highest intelligence, you can call it intuition if you like, to open your awareness to see the solution for this particular situation. And if there's no solution in the moment, you just allow it to be.
Yeah, I think Claire just made a comment there that's, that I think many people will relate to. Very overwhelmed, too many thoughts in your head. And therein lies the source of problems. Because something happens in our life, and thoughts about it take us into suffering about that situation. So something happens, there's a challenge, and then the thoughts are overwhelming. The actual situation is often not so overwhelming in the present moment, but the thoughts that we have about it are. Odette mentioned there as well. You've got such a strong yearning. Again, it's yearning. It's trying to. It's looking to the future to solve the issue that you have right now. And the issue that we have right now, the only time that we can actually have any kind of consciousness is to be here right now and to completely drop into presence right now, especially when there's something challenging. So for example, pain can come, and we can experience a lot of pain in a particular moment. That's just pain. I have a pain in my knee or my neck or whatever it is. The suffering comes from the thoughts about the pain, not necessarily from the pain itself. If we bring complete consciousness to that pain and we actually open more to it, very often it starts to actually back off a little bit. Because what we do is we build resistance to it. We say it shouldn't be like this. What if this never goes away? What if I never get through this? And that exacerbates whatever the situation is.
Yeah, so I want to bring up the next point. So the first point is that trust and faith in life. That you are being given exactly what you need, what your soul needs in this moment. That's not wrong. And the next point, Tessa has just highlighted there. The past is haunting me, I cannot let go. So the next tool in transcending the suffering that problems create in our awareness is to give up time. In this moment, just here and now, roll up time. So roll up the past and roll up the future. And one of the powerful ways of doing this, what we did in the opening meditation, is to occupy your body with your attention, with your full awareness. Now, occupy your body. Your body is always present. Your body does not go to the past, and your body doesn't go to the future. It's always here in the present moment. So in this moment, roll up time, past and future, and just come into the present moment and use the breath. The breath is a very, very powerful portal into presence. Roll up time, negate time, drop time in this moment. Without time, what problem do you have in this moment? If you roll up time, if you get rid of time from your awareness, right now, you've got a situation that either needs you to take some action in this moment or not. Either way, it's not a problem. If there's some action you can take in this moment, you take the action. If there's no action to be taken in this moment, you don't take the action. And there is no problem. So just to realize that problems are generally a creation of the mind, and mind and time are one and the same. Time does not exist without mind, and mind cannot exist without time. And you are neither. You're neither time nor mind. You have a mind. A mind is a tool that you use to navigate the human experience, to give you the human experience. But it's not who you are. It's something you have. And this Facebook page that we are coming to you live on tonight is Journeys of Awakening. And this is what we're all participating in at the moment. A journey of awakening. Journeys plural. Many of us are having different journeys at this time. And our primary purpose at the moment is to awaken from the dream of I am my mind, I am my thoughts, I am my past, I'm going to the future. That is what we have been embedded in for a long time. And now it's reaching the point where the suffering is getting to its climax, where we can't continue. And then we get to the point of saying there has to be a better way. And the good news is, yes, there is a better way. The better way is presence. The more present you become, the less problems you have, and definitely the suffering dissipates immensely as you anchor your awareness in the present moment. But in order to do that, as I said, one does need to trust, and one does need to have faith in this energy called life. This world that we're experiencing is not a random occurrence. Your journey is not random. It's by design. And so as we roll up time and come presence, as we do when we breathe out, the very act of breathing out is an act of trust. You're trusting that there is an intelligence that's going to breathe you in the next moment. And so it is with our life. Letting go, surrendering. That's the important part of this transformation journey that we're going through at the moment.
Yeah, what you said there was, it's not random. It's a very big perceptual shift, a paradigm shift. Because if we think it's random and this stuff's just happening to us, then it's problematic. If you know at a higher level, a deeper level, if you like, that nothing's random, that on some level we chose this, or we've actually agreed to whatever's happening, and how am I in each moment, how could this possibly be serving me? That's a very good question to ask. How could this situation be serving me in this moment? So going back, let's just say to pain. How could pain serve you? Well, it could serve you. It could actually be teaching you more presence. It could be teaching you not to go into the future as much, or as Tessa says, not to go into the past. So Tessa remarks there that the past is haunting us. So just an old analogy, but if I had to hand you a hot burning ember and I had to put it in your hand, how long would you hold on to it for? Would you keep it in your hand, or would you drop it? That is the power that we have. When we say that we can't drop something, we can drop something. But the mind tells you that you can't. That you're incapable of letting go of that. But actually, if you're in conscious presence, you can absolutely drop it in the moment, in that second. And if it comes back again, to haunt you again, you drop it again. Just in this moment, just with an out breath. I don't need to hold this right now. I don't need to carry this past right now, or this concern about the future right now. So when John says presence is the answer, it is because it brings you into alignment. And as we go through this awakening, which is, it's the whole planet really, and it's Earth herself, we are finding that the more you live in the past or in the future, the more suffering it is. So what's the option? And that's for each of us. This is the practice. So what if the past was coming up as something to help you in some way? How could that actually be helping you on your journey of growth, of evolution, of soul development?
Yeah, Tessa, one thing to know is if you change your mind about your life, your whole reality changes in this moment. There's a lovely line from the Course in Miracles: seek not to change the world, seek rather to change your mind about the world. So seek not to change your past. It's impossible, you can't, but change your mind about your past. And one of the things that we can change, that one perceptual shift that we can make that really does have profound impact on how much happiness, how much joy, and how much peace we're able to experience in this moment, is a simple shift from life is random, and I have been participating randomly in life and things have happened to me randomly, to say no, nothing has ever happened to you that hasn't been orchestrated by a much higher intelligence than your egoic mind. And you have never done or said anything to anyone that's created more pain than benefit for their soul's evolution. And nothing's been ever said or done to you that wasn't there for your soul's highest evolution. That your past, as you've experienced it, is absolutely perfect from a higher perspective. Not from maybe from a human perspective, maybe not from an egoic or a personality perspective, no. But from a higher perspective it is. That one shift can take you out of suffering. And it's to realize that the past is never haunting you. The past doesn't exist. How can it haunt you? What is haunting you are your very own thoughts that you are thinking. And a result of thinking thoughts is emotion. Emotions come from thoughts. Most thoughts are unconscious, so we have these unconscious loops going on in our mind that are producing emotional responses in the body, feelings in the body. But we can, and here's a powerful tool, put our hands on the steering wheel of our attention and steer consciously, willfully, our awareness away from time and back into presence. Presence is real. Time is not real. Presence is real. So we have, as we awaken to make more wise choices in our life. And the most wise choice we can ever do is to put our hands on the steering wheel and steer our attention out of the past and out of the future and back into the present moment. If there's something we need to learn and to be aware of from the past, fine. You're just aware of that wonderful lesson. That's beautiful. To learn from that, there's nothing wrong with that. But to live there and to suffer as a result of thoughts anchored in the past is not a very wise choice at all. And there is a much better way. And that is presence. Dropping those thoughts, not allowing those thoughts to live you. Most people, we say, do you have a mind? And people say, yeah, I've got a mind. I say, no, you don't have a mind. The mind has you. The mind owns you. You don't even know that you are in control if you wish to. If you wish to put your hands on the steering wheel of your own attention and steer your awareness out of time back into the present moment. This is our home. The present moment is our home. It's our true refuge point. It's our true intelligence. We are a human being. The being part of us is ignored, but the being is presence. The human is story, but being is presence. And the awakening process is step back into who and what we really are.
And when we step into that place of being, which is our true self, actually, we're a lot wiser. And we often have downloads, we often have insights in that place. We don't have insights when the mind has gone mad and has gone hearing off into the future or going off into the past with a million different thoughts, because the insights can't get in. That's why very often, and if it's happened to you, it happens to me, that you go for a shower. You might have a problem or you might have an issue that you need to solve. You go for a shower, or you have a bath, or you go for a walk outside, and suddenly there's a glimmer of an answer to the said problem, because you're not sitting cogitating about it. You've actually released it. You've actually brought yourself back into alignment, and very often the solution arises. You don't go and hunt it down. It arises in the moment. There's that's what I need to do. And maybe it doesn't arise. Then you just surrender to the fact that you don't know what the answer is to the problem. And you accept that you don't know what the answer is to the problem. And you come back into presence again. And you allow whatever needs to unfold. And if you need to do something, as John said, you do something. If there's something you need to fix, you fix it. If there's nothing you can do to fix it, you bring yourself into consciousness. So that's how we actually get through what we're actually going through as human beings, as opposed to human doings.
The topic for tonight is using problems as a practice. And the practice is the practice of awakening, the practice of becoming the new evolved being. And so every challenge that we have is in fact an opportunity, which is what Michelle was saying there, to transcend the suffering, to step out of the old human time-based person that you used to be, and to come into this new magnificent, well, when I say new, it's new for a lot of people because they haven't lived here much of their life in presence. But as you start to awaken to the power of presence in your life, you align yourself to this incredible intelligence called life itself, and you find that solutions just drop in. You find, that there are now doors where there used to be walls, and you couldn't get through a particular situation. Now suddenly a door appears from nowhere, not from any doing that you did, but suddenly there's a way through in the moment. And as Michelle was saying, if there isn't, you just surrender this moment. This is where I am. There's nothing to do in this moment. Don't allow the mind to take you off on all these different scenario planning routes that the mind loves doing, and raising your blood pressure and making you suffer. Use the mind. Don't allow the mind to use you.
So when you get sort of haunted by the past, what is that? It's a thought that you're having about the past. So you just say, thank you for that thought, and you bring your attention to something in the present. So it can be to your body, to your breath. The breath is an anchor, so the breath will bring you back. Just bring your attention to the breath. Start actually focusing on the in-breath and the out-breath, and making the out-breath longer than the in-breath. So if you're counting in for 4, count out for 6 or 8. That starts to relax you. That starts to actually bring your mind out of the past and into the present. Or the future. It brings you out of the future into the present. So that's the practice, is the coming back to this place over and over again. And being vigilant in terms of, where has my mind gone? It's gone to the past. Now you're not going to beat yourself up for that. You're just going to acknowledge it. It's gone to the past. That's interesting. Come back, mind. Come back. Bringing yourself back from that worry, that concern, that regret, that resentment. And the breath is a real key for that. It's one of because we've always got it. It's always here. We don't have to go anywhere to get it.
Yeah, so we've shared a few tools tonight to use the problems that we have as a practice for awakening, a practice of transcending the old egoic personality mind. And breathing is a very powerful one of those. And the other one is to make the present moment more important to you than time. Make the present moment more important than yesterday or tomorrow. And this one affirmation is really powerful. My point of power is in the present moment. Just repeat that over and over again. My point of power is in the present moment. That is such a powerful tool at using problems and challenges as a tool for awakening, as a tool for your spiritual practice. Use that. And just the model that we work with quite a lot is the cross. So the horizontal bar of the cross is the human journey of time and mind. The vertical plane is who you really are. You're always the vertical plane, and that is being or presence. So presence is experiencing the mind's propensity for time. And as we start to make the vertical plane more important to us than time, so we transcend problems. It's impossible to have a problem in the present moment. I'm going to say that again. It's impossible to have a problem in the present moment. In the present moment, there's either some action that you need to take or not. That's it. And if you're not aware of any action that you can take in this exact present moment here and now, just drop it. Allow life to unfold in the way that it will and the way that it must, and you will find yourself carried by an intelligence that has your back, that has your highest good in its heart. Instead of struggling and drowning, you start to float on life, in life.
We'll be, just by the way, before we forget, we are running a retreat in Hogsback.
Yeah.
23rd of September.
22nd, yeah.
22nd, yeah. And it's the heart of being.
The heart of
Heart
being.
with H-E and then A-R-T, because there's going to be art. Process art, which actually helps you to come into presence. So we've opened bookings for that, and there is an early bird special for that.
Yeah.
So it's a 4-day retreat where we get to immerse into this that we're talking about. And that shifts you fundamentally when you spend 4 days in presence like nothing else, because it actually shifts your trajectory. It changes the way you actually live when you do something over and over again, when you repeat it. And you've got a men's retreat coming up as well.
Yeah. So it's talking about Hogsback. So, we're together here on a Sunday for an hour. So if you can imagine being held in a space of presence for 4 days. And as a bonus there, by the way, you get given an extra night completely free in the beautiful Edge Mountain Lodge. It's beautiful, beautiful place. So you get an extra night there as well. And to be held in that space for that length of time with a group of people, all honoring that sacred essence of presence, that will have a profound effect on your mind, on your body, and obviously it'll be a major healing for your soul as well. And as Michelle mentioned there, I've also got a men's retreat coming up next month in August here in the Garden Route where we are, and it's called The Awakened Man. The Awakened Man. So booking is open for that. We've got a couple of places left on that retreat. It's a small retreat, but a very profound one. So if you are a man and you find what we have to share of benefit, and you would like to deepen your spiritual awakening and shift your life in truly amazing ways, then do have a look at that. And the information is further down on our Facebook page, and there's a link there to our website as well on the posts below. If you go to Journeys of Awakening Facebook page, there's the links are on our page if you're not there at the moment, which I think you are if you're watching this.
And if you know a man that you think might benefit, that might also be helpful.
I know most men are already awakened, they're just pretending not to be.
I think there's a lot of men that are battling with what's happening in the world.
Yeah. Being a man at the moment is not easy. It's not easy at all, really. The male energy has been negated on purpose, I believe, because it can be a bit dangerous. And so it's time to step into honoring the true male energy. What is that masculinity that needs to be honored? Not the traumatized one, not the abused one or the abuser one, but the true sacred masculine energy. So that we'll be looking at and being given some practical tools to work with. That's next month, August. The details are on our website.
Good. I think that's it, eh? I've pulled a card for us.
Oh, that's a very nice card. Yeah, it's a yellow card, and we were talking about your point of powers in the present moment. And when I say that, I always visualize yellow, because yellow is our solar plexus, the place of power within us, the solar plexus. And this card doesn't have that affirmation on, but it's got a very powerful affirmation that relates to our power right within us now. So thank you. Are you going to lead us out with one of your lovely meditations? Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's just settle in. Take a deep breath in. And then a long, slow out breath. And as you breathe out, drop the shoulders and start to really relax the body. Another deep breath in, filling up your lungs all the way up. And then a long, slow out breath through the mouth. Blow it out. And start to really release any tension and any pressure. Let's do that a third time. Deep belly breath in all the way up to the top of your lungs. And then breathe it all out and relax your shoulders. And allow any concerns, any anxieties to just melt away. Imagine that they could just melt off you and melt down into the ground beneath you. And bring your focus back to your breath. Start to breathe to the count of 4. So into the count of 4. Hold. And then out to the count of 8. all the breath out. Set your own rhythm, but breathing into the count of 4. Hold, and then out as long as you can. And notice the spaces in between the breaths. So at the top of the in-breath, notice the space before you breathe out. And at the end of the out-breath, notice the space. And breathe in again. All you're focusing on is the breath that's coming in and out. That's all. Keep on focusing on the breath, and in this way, if any thoughts should come through you, allow them to just pass through like clouds in the sky, and bring yourself back to the next breath. And just notice how you start to drop in to the sacred moment, which is right now. Notice how your body starts to relax with each out-breath. Allow yourself to feel the relief from just having a break from all these thoughts and always doing this. Allow yourself to rest in this present moment. Allow your energy to flow through you more fluidly. As you drop all resistance to whatever is arising. You might notice a discomfort in your body, or an ache or pain. If that's the case, notice it. And see on the next out-breath if you can just open even more to it. So you can just allow it to be there. You're just allowing it. You're not fighting it or resisting it. You're not fighting the thoughts or resisting the thoughts. You're just noticing them and then bringing yourself back. Gentle awareness back, just to the breath. And breathing out anything that you don't need to carry in this moment. Breathing in peace. And breathing out anything else that you no longer need to carry. Allow it to just melt off you and flow deep into Mother Earth, where it will be transformed and transmuted. And our affirmation card for this evening is: my life is unfolding perfectly for my highest good. I choose love. I'll repeat that one. My life is unfolding perfectly for my highest good. I choose love. I choose peace. I choose presence. Now just gently check in with yourself and see how you're feeling in this moment. Have you had a little break from thoughts? I'd set this as an intention for your week ahead. To just take some time every day. 5 minutes, 10 minutes. To just bring yourself into this place as often as you can. Taking a deep breath in. And out. Thanks everyone.
Beautiful. Lovely, lovely. And if you're watching on YouTube and you enjoyed what we had to share, if you can just press the share button and subscribe to our channel as well and press the notification button. Thank you all for being with us tonight. Just one final point is just know this. There is a spiritual solution to every problem. And when I say spiritual, I don't mean religious. I mean spiritual, which is the transcendent consciousness, presence.